It is the 10th of November, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Simply by the fact that it landed in his field. But if he's not standing over there, even on the side of the field, he won't make any acquisition simply by virtue of the fact that the item landed in his property. In other words, we see that either it's Chatzar Mishtameres, it is closed in, guarded, a place, has a fence. So that's a simple Chatzar Mishtameres. Such Chatzar will make a kinyan for the owner, even if he's not there, even if he doesn't even know. But we're saying even if it's not such a Chatzar like that, such as an open field, not fenced in, not locked, totally open. But if he is standing there, even on the side, so then it has a din of a Chatzar Mishtameres, a guarded domain, and therefore something that comes in there, he will acquire. A hefker item, in other words. It's otherwise not ownerless. He will be able to acquire even without any other form of kinyan, simply by the fact that it's on his Chatzar Mishtameres. Because that he's there makes it Mishtameres. So this is what we are trying to explore. From where do we know that principle? This is the whole subject of the Gemora, why we're discussing this subject of Shechicha. Okay. So what did we do? We brought this brisa with the Shechicha. So maybe we should go over it again. Maybe we'll get it clearer this time also. The Sanya. So this is few 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines from the from where the Gemora lines begin. First word in the line is ein, ilolo, and then the Gemora brings the brisa. Gemora wants to bring a proof, a source from what it says in this brisa, the Sanya. Roy, you want to read?
When I find the place in lo, I don't remember that. Lo, it should not become.
It's 2 lines down from Temra.
Yeah, I've got it right. So the stand says before that, it said if the owner stands at the side of the field, yes, it makes an empty acquisition. Lo, but if not.
Right.
The Tanya for the following case was taught in a brisa. Haya Amar Ba'ir. If the owner had left his field and was standing in the city, and standing in the city, Umar Yodea Ani Shama Shayesh Li Kasoda Pa'alim Shachahuhu, and he declares, I know that the workers forgot a sheaf that I have in the field. Lo Yahei Shivacho, it shall not become Sichacho. Okay, Sichacho. It shall not become Sichacho, even if I too eventually forget about it. V'chol lo yehei sichacha, it would be possible to think that it does not become sichacha, even if the owner too subsequently forgets it. Talamad loma v'sichacha amar v'sodeh. Torah therefore teaches, and you forget a sheaf in the field, the shichacha. This implies when you are in the field and you forget the sheaf, when you are in the field and you forget the sheaf, it is shichacha, v'lo ba'ir, but not when you forget while in the city. And then the Gemara verse 6 to clarify the meaning of the brisa.
Okay. Okay, Lou, you want to take over?
Ha Gufa Kasha. This text is apparently contradictory. Amras Yachol Lo Yehei Shichacha. It says it would be possible to think that it does not become shichacha. Alma have shichacha. Thus, we see that the sheaf becomes shichacha when the owner forgets it after arriving in the city. V'nasiv la Gemora b'sadeh v'shichachta v'lo ba'ir. Then the brisa cites the exposition: when you are in the field and you forget the sheaf, it is shichacha, but not when you forget it in the city. Alma lo have shichacha. Thus, we see that it does not become shichacha in such a case. Ella lav haki ka'amar. Rather, are we not forced to say the following is what it means? B'sadeh, while the owner is still in the field, shekuach may ikaro have shichacha. If the sheaf was initially forgotten by the owner, i.e., the owner forgot it first and then the workers, it becomes shichacha. Zachor ule vasof shachuach ein shichacha. But if it was initially remembered by the owner and eventually forgotten, i.e., the workers forgot it first and then the owner, it is not shichacha. My taima, what is the reason? Dikevan dekai gaba chavya le chatzero v'zachta le. Because since the owner is standing in the field, it serves as his courtyard and acquires the sheaf for him. Aval ba'ir, Afilu zachur ule vasof shechuach havia shivcha. But the Brisa rules if the owner is already in the city when he makes his declaration, even if the sheaf was initially remembered by the owner and only eventually forgotten, it nevertheless becomes shichcha. My time, what is the reason? De lesa gabe de lis ke lay, because the owner is not in the field for it to acquire the sheaf for him.
Is there a note on that, maybe?
Yeah, there is. Since the owner is not at the side of his field when the workers forget the sheaf, his unguarded field cannot acquire the sheaf in its semi-shichcha stage, even if he declares his intent that it should do so. Hence, when he eventually forgets about the sheaf, it becomes bona fide shichcha, having been forgotten by both the owner and his workers. Accordingly, the Brisa's scriptural exposition is to be interpreted in the following manner. B'sadeh v'shichachta. Only in the field is it necessary for you, the owner, to forget the sheaf before the workers forget about it, in order for it to become shichacha. V'lo ba'ir, but not when you are in the city. For in that case, it can become shichacha even if the owner's workers forgot about it first. That's according to Rashi. Now the English continues. If this is the correct interpretation of the Brisa, we see from the Brisa that an open field can acquire on behalf of its owner only if he is present to guard it. And there's a footnote on that says the Brisa refers to a field which is not normally fenced in. Nevertheless, if the owner is standing in his field, it is then considered guarded and can acquire objects for him, but not if he is absent, i.e. in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite complicated. Okay. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I don't know. So,
well, is it accurate to say that if he is aware of it when he is in the field, then he acquires it, and it doesn't matter what happens after that?
Yeah, that's what you asked the other day, and it seems that they're explaining that that's the case. That when he goes to the city, it doesn't help him. That he says in the city that he remembers that it was that it was there, and it shouldn't become shichcha.
It doesn't help him because he never acquired it yet.
Yeah, that was the funny language. It said it was semi shichcha or something like that. It made it was also a very
I'm confused by that because
he
remembers it. If he's in the city and he says, I remember that sheaf is there, then obviously he knew about it when he was there and he saw it. Otherwise he can't remember it. So therefore he acquired it. So I don't get it.
Yeah. So if he leaves the field, goes to the city, and he said he's acquired it or whatever, then he leaves it and he goes to the city and forgets about it, it's supposed to become shichacha, right?
No.
Because, because in order to become shichacha, it has to be forgotten.
But if he initially knows about it and acquires it, once he acquires it, he can forget about it. It doesn't change anything.
But he acquires it anyway because it's his. It's his field, and he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to acquire it as such because it is his field. So it's automatically his wheat as it's being processed, as it's being grown, as it's being processed, or whatever. But if he forgets about it, then it's shichacha. If he's not standing in the field.
If you have a dollar sitting in your house on the dining room table, and you leave your house, and you forget about the fact that you have a dollar there, is it still your dollar?
Maybe not.
I'd say it is. It's your dollar. It's in your house. It's on your table. You were there. You owned it. It's changed.
So in other words, he doesn't have to declare anything.
Well, the fact that he declared.
You don't declare that I've got a dollar on the table when you go somewhere else out of your place. You don't declare that. So you're saying that you automatically it's yours.
Right. Because you acquired it.
Mm.
When he makes the declaration, then that's the proof that he acquired it.
What do you mean by he acquired it? What do you mean by you acquired your dollar? How did you acquire it?
You possession.
If you got it from someone else as a present, it's another thing.
When you took it into your hand, you acquired it.
Okay. Did you say anything? All right. You say you acquired it. You found it on the ground originally somewhere else, so you acquired it. But what if it's something you earned? Is it yours? Do you have to acquire it?
I think it's something you earned. You acquired it by earning it.
Yes. And so if you don't declare it when you leave, is it shichacha? No.
It's yours. It's your dollar. Whether you leave, whether you declare, doesn't make any difference. You already acquired it.
So what about the wheat?
That's what I'm saying. Once he says, "Oh, I remember I had this sheaf in my field when I was there," then that's the proof that he acquired it at that time.
Mm-hmm. Well, how come it's my field? So the produce of my field is not mine until I acquire it.
If it gets reaped, it gets cut down, it falls on the ground, he doesn't notice it, then it's not his.
Okay.
And it becomes shechicha.
But if he has bound it up into a sheaf, what then? And then puts it, and then it stays on the ground because it hasn't. It's not convenient to put it into storage yet. And he forgets about it, then it becomes shichacha. Yes. No.
Yes, I think in that case it becomes shechicha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems that what we're saying over here is that even in the case where the owner went through the field and he put this omer on the side knowingly and he didn't forget about it, there seems to be some halacha over here that's what the art scroll is saying. It's still in a status of being semi-shichacha. It's not good enough that he, as the owner, put it down there knowingly, and he didn't forget about it. It's still called semi-shichacha. For some reason, the halacha, what we're saying over here is, at least what the Gemora thinks right now, the may change in the next step of the Gemora, but it depends on what the polling, his workers that are going to go through, that he's relying on them to get it for him. If they also forget it there, they don't take it. So in that scenario, that's a scenario that can become that it could become shichacha. Now, so when if he now leaves the field, even and he's now in the city, even if he's going to make this declaration about the workers, he says, I know that I have a omer over there, I put down over there, hoping that the workers would take it, and they didn't take it, and so we're saying that since he's not there, he won't make a kinyan in that in his declaration will not be sufficient to avert the din of shichacha. It'll become shichacha because the workers forgot it there. But what the Gemora now is contrasting would be is if he would have made that declaration in the field. If he made that declaration in the field, so then he would acquire it. It would not become shichacha. That's the case that he's in the field when he makes the declaration, and he says this omer that the polim, the workers forgot about it, and he says it shouldn't become shichacha. That is it will not become shichacha over there, because the Gemora asks why does it not become shichacha? Because we're saying that since he was standing there in the field when he made the declaration, so then in that case that'll be a kinyan chatzer for him. That'll be a chatzer mishtamerish, and he'll make a kinyan in that omer that he knowingly left there, even though the polim forgot. But if the polim, if he's not, if at the time that he makes the declaration, he's not in the field and he's in the city, so then it's not a chatzah mishtamerish that he's that. So then he won't make a kinyan in the omer that's in the field there, and then in spite of the fact that he put it down there knowingly and didn't forget about it, but his declaration will be to no avail. And the fact that the workers went through and they forgot about it, it will become shichacha. That's what the Gemora is saying.
So in other words, the acquisition requires the declaration.
And the presence in the field.
The declaration, even though he knows about it, he doesn't acquire it.
Right. If he would make no declaration, it sounds like, right, you need to have two things. You need to have he makes this declaration, and he's got to be in the field when he makes that declaration. It sounds like even if he would be in the field and he wouldn't make the declaration, it also wouldn't work. If the workers forget, it'll be shichacha.
That's what's confusing me, because I thought we said that Kinyan Chotzer works without a declaration.
Yeah, we didn't. You're right. You're right. You're right about that too. We didn't say that we need to have any declaration. We just said, is if he's standing there, he omed b'tzad tzadeu in. Then the chotzer, the field, will make an acquisition for him. It'll be because it'll be a place which is regarded as being mishtameres.
Right. So I don't get it, and I also don't get this idea of partial shikha. I don't get that at all. It's either yes or no. It's either in or low. I don't see how we get to the partial.
Yeah, it's partial because it's not enough that he didn't forget it. There needs to be. He needs to make this. He needs to have this acquisition.
So if he knows about it, but he doesn't declare, then he partially acquires it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. That he needs, whether you need a declaration. I don't know what.
So if he's
a lot of questions over here in this whole
right,
this whole scenario over here. It's a lot of questions.
if he's in the city and the workers haven't forgotten, that sheaf doesn't the owner has forgotten, but the workers haven't. Can they acquire it by doing what that they were supposed to do? The owner told them to. So pick up the sheaf and they stack it somewhere, just simply by picking it up, if the owner has forgotten about it.
Yeah, that also the whole connection between the owner and the workers. Do you need both of them to forget? What if one of them doesn't forget? It's not it's another question. It's see that.
I think it must be the presence of the workers that is creating the contingency here. If there were no workers and he's standing in the field and he sees the sheaf, then Kinyan Chotzer, it's his. Just like we have the get. If the husband throws the get into the courtyard of the wife, she acquires it, whether she makes a declaration or not. But because there are workers there, and because we have this halacha about shikha,
Yeah,
that's what's making it different.
What did we say with the case where a rider saw something on the street and he asked a passerby to get it for him?
we said that the one that goes and gets it.
It's his, yes. That's what we said.
He can. Well, we said that. We said that if he picks it up and he says it's his, so then we see that he picked it up with intention to pick it up for himself. Mm-hmm. But if after he already gave it to the rider and now he says it's mine because I intended to pick it up to acquire it for myself, so then we don't believe him. Doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the confusion is because we're mixing in these two halachas, the Kinyan Chotzer together with the halacha of Shechicha. So it's very not simple.
Can you have the halacha of shichacha without chotzeh, or can you have chotzeh without?
Okay, first of all, you have to know one thing. This halacha of shichacha only applies in a field.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't apply in your house. It doesn't apply in a chutzner. It's a halacha about a field. Just like there's a halacha of peah, the corner of the field, it goes to the anim.
Mm-hmm.
So to shichacha the shichacha goes to the anim, but there's no halacha of peah in your house or even in your chutzner. There's no such a thing. It's just a question of, does the chutzner make an acquisition over here? The reason why we're mixing this in over here is because a field is a place where you could have a kinyan chutzner, but you also have the issue of shichacha. So we're balancing, we're dealing with these two halachas together, and it's driving me crazy if you want to know the truth.
Me too.
Because we really didn't want to know anything about shichacha. That wasn't what the Gemora wanted to know about. The Gemora wanted to know about, where do you have a source that if the owner is standing in the field, that he'll make a kinyan chutzner, even though the field is unguarded, has no fences, has no locks, is totally open, and is not mishtameres at all. How do you know that his presence is enough to make it a chutzner mishtameres, which will acquire for him? That's all we wanted to know. We didn't really want to know about shichacha, but since we're talking about a field, the Gemora wants to bring a proof from this brisa, which is talking about shichacha explicitly and openly. We were bringing a raya. We're trying to bring a raya that we see a kinyan chutzner over here in the field if he's there, but if he's in the city, no, and therefore it will it'll be shichacha.
So why don't we ignore the city? Because we don't care about that. All we care about is if he's there, then he acquires it. Therefore, we have our proof that his presence in an unguarded field causes the field to be able to acquire by kinyan chutzner. And we're done.
Well, the Gemora brought this case, the Gemora brought this brisa, which is dealing with the declaration of the owner when he's in the city, and it's using that as to tell us a din that there won't be any shichacha, there won't be a din shichacha in the city. The only din shichacha is basada. That's what the brisa is teaching us. But the Gemora is expounding upon the brisa and contrasting two cases of an owner and the workers. What's the din if the owner's declaration is when he's in the field? What's the din if the owner's declaration is not in the field? He's in the city. Because you see from what the Gemara is saying right now that the only way that the owner is going to be able to save it from yespin shichacha as a result of the workers forgetting it, the only way that he's going to be able to save it from shichacha is if he makes a kinyan chutzner, and he only can do that if he's in the field at the time that he makes the declaration. If it's a scenario like it says in the brisa, if he's in the city, so he won't be able to make a kinyan. So the Gemara is explaining that the reason why he won't, the reason why it'll be shichacha is because he didn't make an acquisition because he was not in the field when he made his declaration. Had he been, but the Gemara infers that had he been in the field, then it would have been a Chatzah Mishnah Meres. And then it would have been a Kinyan. And then there won't be any Din Shichacha. Because if he acquired it through that declaration, so then the owner, the workers' Shichacha will not undo the Kinyan that he made as a result of his declaration. Okay.
I think we're out of time, Rabbi.
We're out of time again. We're always out of time with this Gemara.
We haven't got past it.
We don't have any time for this Gemara. We don't have enough time for this Gemara. This Gemara is going to, I don't know.
Is
Take a ball.
it worthwhile leaving it for the moment and going on a bit and then coming back to it? Because it might be elucidated further on, or it might be.
Yeah, okay. We'll go on to the next step tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem.
Amen.
But we have to come back to this one. But going back, we're going, the thing of going on to the next step, and with that, armed with that, going back, whatever the next step happens to be.
The next step is Mimai. Always got a question.
No
Let's do that tomorrow.
Rabbi, thank you so much.
Okay, all the best.
Have a good day.
Amen. You too.
You too, Roy.
Thank you. You too, Rabbi Levitt.
Have a good day. Amen. Have a good day to Alan.
Yeah.